I think we're live.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Willkommen.
Yeah. All right. It's been a while. You know what I'm just now noticing, Jared?
Been a while.
That image
What?
that we're using tonight. I'm just gonna let it build out before we go live. See if anyone actually joins. That image doesn't actually say anything. And to be honest, Nick D, am I wrong to say that that's not even? That's Chadwick Boseman. That's the other Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this
just-
is that's just some promotional art.
Oh wait, Jared,
Yeah.
take it off the screen, Jared. Take it off the screen, please.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, I was gonna say click on another. It was nah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
We just broke the illusion. Thank goodness. Oh, well, there's someone here, so I don't know if they caught it or they didn't.
Hopefully they just got the
Tail into that. All right.
Oh.
I'll also point out real quick while we're watching that it looks like there's a Ferris wheel right over there. Am I wrong? Is that a Ferris wheel? Kind of right below.
Where?
Yeah, Jerry.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Some kind of
Yes.
arch, but I want to tell you it's probably a Ferris wheel.
It kind of looks like a
They know
Ferris
how
wheel.
to have fun.
I bet there's some kind of fairgrounds in Wakanda.
Yeah, some kind of all
For,
year long Disneyland theme park.
Exactly. Theme park. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start the episode. So it's episode 38? 38? I'm pretty sure it's episode 38.
38.
Episode 38 over the show. Tubi, Nick D, over there, and Jarvis Jerry live from New York City.
New York City.
I haven't done an episode in what was the last episode? Do we
Like
have
a month?
Yeah, let me look.
Can we get that, Jerry?
I'll say around 5 weeks.
At least. So, let's just, I said we weren't going to mention shit, Nick D, but then off top I'm going to mention something. So let's just knock it out the park real quick.
Yeah.
We saw Halloween. And
Yeah. That feels like forever ago, and that really wasn't that long ago.
it was Halloween. We saw it the night before Halloween. So we saw it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
No, we saw it 2 days before Halloween. So we saw it October
Oh, wow. And today's the 18th?
29th. Right?
Wow.
Something like that. Because we saw it.
Sounds about right.
We saw it Saturday. Halloween was Monday.
Boom. There you go.
And I have to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I've liked the first two that Danny McBride and friends did. This third installment was Michael Myers lists. Barely any of them in there. They try to build up this new character, who I'm not going to hate on, but it wasn't Mike. And for it to be the final installment of him, it just felt not right. As a Halloween movie, top tier. Because a lot of those other Halloween films are pretty shitty. They're fun only because of how bad they are. And this movie was actually pretty fucking cool. Yeah. But it just didn't feel like the last installment of the Michael Myers saga. It just it doesn't have that vibe. And then the ending gets a little corny. I won't super reveal it because, people should have some time to actually see it once it's out on streamers or whatever. Although I think it was already on the streamer. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, Peacock.
Yeah, so people have.
And I'm sure eventually it'll make its way to HBO.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I would assume. I don't know, Nick. Please step in and just say how you feel. I don't know if I felt alone on this or what the vibe was, but
no, I completely agree with you. Where it's one of those things where it's it's a good movie. I think it's an enjoyable movie, but even because it's even if you try to just treat it like it's a trilogy, right? You're okay, it's just this little trilogy that you're not building on all these decades of lore of Michael Myers. It just kind of feels kind of underwhelming, but still good when it comes to all the Michael Myers stuff. But with the new guy, again, like you said, the new guy's good. I like the new character. I like that they really tried something different. But in a weird way, the absence of Michael Myers, it kind of leaves you with this is almost a different thing.
Yeah.
But it's still good. It's still a very
good film. Yeah.
So I definitely go recommend it. But it's I wonder And it's like I don't even know what I'd change other than like let's just have more Michael Myers.
I mean, the one thing that I think that kind of stood out, and this is going to be a weird complaint, but I think we discussed it afterwards, is it felt like the scene with the high schoolers when homie seeks revenge on the high schoolers in the auto graveyard or whatever. It felt like
Yeah.
a lot of that was cut back.
Yeah, I like for sure. Like I kind of forgot about that, but I remember as soon as we walked out, that definitely seemed like oh that whole montage must have been
Brutal.
edited out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah.
I mean, the movie was brutal, but it didn't. It also like felt like a lot like compared to the last one. The
Yeah.
last one had
Really
like
toned
some
back.
really it felt toned back in this one. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just.
Significantly. And
I still enjoyed it though. I still walked away.
oh yeah, I recommend it. I think it's a great movie,
Yeah.
but like
It's just not the greatest
just-
fucking ending.
yeah, it's exactly yeah. Like if this was the 3rd out of 4, I'd be like, oh, I can't wait to see where 4's going. But you know, there's no 4th one coming, to my understanding.
No, I
Like,
don't think so. Yeah, and if it did, it seems like it would be about homie. I can't remember his name, and not about Mike. So that would be kind of lame anyway. So I don't know.
Exactly.
I'll tell you know. I mean, we'll wrap this up on Halloween because it's quite a while ago. Overall, I'd still give it. I give it a B minus. It just it had the
movie.
potential to be a fucking A or S tier. I really feel like it had the potential.
Yeah.
Because that last one really set it up to where I was invested. Like I really liked that last one.
For real.
The firefighter scene was just amazing, and it was just like And even the one before that, like they've been building and building, and I feel like it was just like anticlimactic. It was just like, oh, okay. So,
And I like just like I don't even really know what I mean by this, but I like this Mike Myers. Like I like just the way he's just nothing. He's not there. He's just a dude. Yeah, like I feel like they handled him a really like he's so like blank. The Rob Zombie one, you got like a little bit of a sense of who was under there. Not much, but like you could tell he was like this brooding, angry fucking. I like how this Mike Myers is just like this weird old man.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you know, like.
The one thing I'll say too, Nick, is like they did even do some of the evil shit, and they try to go like a little bit on the like.
It got a little spooky, yeah.
It got a little bit on the like devil, like oh he's now like warping other dude's head, and I kind of like that idea. It just homie was in it too much. It should have been 50-50, not
75-25, yeah.
Or like 80-20.
Because I really do know. I mean, I would like to know if you add up all of Mike Myers' scenes in this movie, it's probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he like even just on screen, you'd spend no time with him.
Yeah.
Like, but he's there. But yeah, just quick little.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, I recommend people to see it. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
It's amazing.
What are you gonna give it? What are you gonna give it rating wise?
I'll give it a B minus. Like again, like I think it's one. It's funny. It's
2 B
just
minus.
real quick to compare it to like I'll say I watched the new Hellraiser that was on Hulu, and it's like it's the same kind of thing where like they're really trying to give you. They're like, oh, dude, we know you love Hellraiser, so here's all the old Hellraiser shit that we want you to like love, but we remixed it and everything's a little different. And I feel like Halloween did a stronger job than Hellraiser. Not that Hellraiser did a bad job at all, but like Hellraiser took some the Halloween took some risks, and I feel like they kind of paid off. Where maybe it's like, oh, Hellraiser, if you played it a little bit closer to the source material, maybe I don't know. Not even that. I feel like that's unfair to say about Hellraiser. But yeah, Hellraiser.
I still need to watch Hellraiser. Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I think it's one of those things where I actually think it's worth watching, even though it's probably like a C.
Yeah.
And I'd say Halloween Ends was a
I
B minus.
I was never huge on the Hellraisers originally to begin with. They look cool, but the storyline itself isn't the best.
Watch stream on the Discord.
Oh my bad.
That's me. That's me.
Dude, I'm in the exact same boat where, to be fair, I actually don't care about Hellraiser, but I like looking at the Cenobites, and that is one thing that's really cool about this new one, where, like, they show them. It's not, they're like, look at this crazy fucking monster we made, like, we want to show it off. It's not like, where they're always hidden by shadow or whatever. So yeah, I put it on because I was like, oh, I want to.
Yeah.
And if you look at I looked at the concept art for it too. The concept art looks sick. I would say the concept art looks cooler than the actual movie, but that's just because the concept art's a little bit.
Did we watch? I feel we watched something scary. I don't remember though.
Oh, have you seen either of these films, Jerry?
Hellraiser or Halloween.
But I read about Halloween and how people signed a petition that they're like, you need to redo this film because Mike Myers isn't in it enough. People are pissed.
See that? I think that's extreme. Like, because I'm like, like it's. I think it's a good movie, despite the fact there's very little. Myers. Wow, that's interesting. Petition. Didn't expect that.
Wait, are we? Hey, Jer, what?
I don't see you on camera tubes.
Really?
You guys are all there.
Wait, Jer, what?
Oh, now you are. That was weird. Like,
What
you were the
YouTube are we
spinning
on
wheel.
right now?
Mine?
No, I meant like we're on the OverShow, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, because like in the chat, look what it comments me as. Do you see that?
What does it say?
It says that I'm a Hellgrip. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, it says the Overshow live.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. I see it.
Do you see me in the chat though, Jer?
Oh. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Well, maybe because are you doing that from your phone?
No, that was from the computer, like in Discord.
Yeah.
In Discord. That's why I thought it was weird. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Or not in Discord. I don't know why I just said it in Discord. In fucking Streamlabs. Streamlabs. Anyways, so we're both giving to go real fast back to fucking Halloween. We both gave it a B minus. What are you going to give Hellraiser, Nick D? If you could compare it to.
In my notes right here, I have D C minus.
Wow, I'm not going to probably
Because it
watch
was-
that now.
Well, here's what I would say. I would say put it on while you're doing something, because I will say the Cenobites look great. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it's a gory movie. It's very, like, intense and cheesy, but in a good way. Like, if there's any part of you that liked the first Hellraiser, it's Hellraiser 1 but remixed. And so that's not a terrible thing. There's definitely, but here's the thing though. You know, like, it's standard in these kind of movies. You hate everyone. So it's one of those things where, like, I also think back to, like, the new Candyman and even Halloween Ends. When the Hellraisers, the Cenobites are killing bad people, and you're like, I fucking hate them. That doesn't make a scary movie. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, I'm rooting for the bad guys. Same thing with, like, Candyman. Candyman was really killing bad people in the new one, so you're like, I thought this was a horror movie. Instead, this is just, like, a really extreme action movie, you know?
Yeah,
And so I'd say if you're at the shop and you're packaging something, like, throw on Hellraiser, you know? And you'll see people get, like, ripped apart by chains and shit, and you'll see weirdo monsters with weird teeth.
Yeah, I might check it out. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie.
yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, I would say D or C minus, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just not a lot of plot. More about vibes.
Nick's a vibe
Did-
guy.
Did you watch anything scary though, Jared? Did you say you watched something scary?
I thought I did, but nothing's ringing a bell. We did watch Don't Worry, Darling.
That's the one with all the controversy, but more
Yeah.
about, like, the actors, right, rather than anything in the movie. How was the movie? Was it worth all the controversy?
No.
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 Did we ever find out? Did Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine? Was that real?
I hope he did.
Oh, shit.
I can't imagine doing that.
Like,
Wow.
movie-wise, it's like, whatever. It's not, like, doesn't look bad, but
What is it, like a drama? It's about, like, a
it's
relationship,
like
a toxic relationship.
thriller or something. I don't
Oh.
know. Psychological thriller. That, like, all of a sudden, the last 15 minutes of the movie, they just introduce shit that they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This brings up so many more questions. But then
Like
they just
spooky
end.
stuff.
No, but then they
Oh.
just end the fucking movie. Like,
I'm Tubes. I'm never going to see this movie. Are you? Like, I don't care if you spoil it.
No, go ahead,
Like,
Jared.
Yeah.
so
But
it's
like, so what is
fucking.
it? Yeah, what is this?
I don't
movie?
even know. I forget the. I already forgot what the name of the movie was. When Nick D said it was the.
It's
Don't
the
worry,
one
darling.
with
Yeah, Harry
Black
Styles
Widow's
and
sister.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Pugh,
yeah.
Chris Pine.
She cheated on
Gemma.
Ted Lasso
Gemma
with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we all know the story. She cheated on Ted Lasso.
So it's basically
Shame.
like
Shame.
The Village meets The Matrix meets like
What?
What? How's it all of these?
hating women. So
Wow.
it's like, so Chris Pine is like, I've made a virtual world that it's the 50s, so you control your wife. And then it's like men who fucking somehow trap these women, and then they put
What?
these little goggle things on them, and it puts them in the crazy world. And then the women are stuck there, and so the men have to take care of the women's bodies. That it's like, hey, you're responsible for that. If they die, that's on you, not us. And so the men can only be in the virtual world for a little bit because they have to go out into the real world and actually make money to pay for this like subscription thing while these women are trapped there. And so the women don't know it, so that's part of the village aspect. And then it's all fake. And then because the eye goggles, Matrix things, and then Jordan Peterson was the influence for Chris Pine's character.
Really?
So
Dude,
so
Really?
This is
Yeah.
not at all what I thought this movie
yeah, and
was.
so they introduce like all that
Wait.
at the end, and then it's like, because that's the other thing. All of a sudden, someone is just like, if the men die in there, they die in real life. Nowhere.
Why?
And so then Karina's
Why
just like,
only
well, what
the
about
men?
the women? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, well, does that happen with women? They don't fucking answer that at all. And then it's just a fucking mess.
Where did you watch
At the
this on?
end.
Dude, no joke. I actually kind of want to see this.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like it went from like
Hulu
not
or
being
something.
interested to being super interested.
It's
Yeah.
so
Nick, look up where
weird.
that's available because we need to watch
It's
this
like
now.
Hulu or something.
Hulu. Yeah, Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Oh,
Real
HBO.
quick.
HBO Max.
Oh, HBO Max. And what is it? One more time? What's the name?
Don't worry,
Don't worry, darling. And it's got a 3.3 on Google reviews, 38% on Rotten Tomato.
It's like movie wise and put together. It's like it's not bad, but it just
wild and stupid and
and they at the end there are so many questions.
I'm adding it to the list.
Yeah, add that
They're
to the
just
list,
like,
Nick.
You really didn't even need to like.
I might come over
if
to
you
watch
didn't bring
that.
that up, there wouldn't be an issue. But you brought that up. And
Yeah,
it's only
yeah.
half the equation. But then you just move on, and then the movie ends. So
and
that's the other thing.
And then I
is,
love
like,
the other. Oh, sorry.
It's just like it's a thing of like, oh, you find out that like she's strapped to a bed. She is like held captive. Harry Styles, her ex.
All right, hold back on some of it, Jerry. Hold back on some of it. I'm gonna watch this now. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Leave me there.
Yeah.
Leave me there. Leave me there. Leave me there.
Yeah.
Leave me there. Nick was
And-
getting
and
so
then-
excited right there. We're gonna watch this.
Yeah. And one of the things is that it's critiquing Jordan Peterson. That's also so funny that it's just digging at Jordan Peterson.
Because they give a little glimpse of the dude's podcast, and it's like,
He has a podcast, sick.
Of course.
like, oh, all you young
Does
men, it's like your time, blah blah blah. Very Jordan Peterson stuff.
But he's not. Is he
Wait.
doing the VR thing in secret, or is he on the podcast talking like, "Come see my VR thing where I kidnap women"?
He's not kidnapping them. He just provided a place for these men to have the fantasy.
But does he
I'm so
know that the
confused.
women are getting kidnapped?
Yeah.
So
100%.
even if he's not doing it, he's a part of it. Canada
Yeah.
Dry. Oh man, we haven't had a Canada Dry moment in a second. We should all get a fancy Canada Dry. We should try to do that when we're in studio next time.
All right, so Jerry, let's just get to it. What's the rating?
S.
S tier.
No,
Wow.
It's probably like it's probably like C minus, D plus.
Yeah.
Like if you
Okay.
have fun watching it, it's like it's probably in the C's. If you're just like, dude, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah,
Probably the
yeah.
D's,
If you're
but, like,
going, yeah, if you're going in for like a movie,
yeah,
that's
it's wild.
Okay.
It's wild.
that's so funny.
I feel like we were being real positive with Halloween, and
I,
we stepped
dude,
into
I
two negative
really thought
movies.
I really thought you were gonna tell me like, yeah, this movie's about like this couple that like it's like their relationship over like 5 years and like it's toxic and
Yeah.
then they cheat on each other. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I thought it was that kind of movie, and it's like
It sounds like it gets
oh,
real weird. Yeah, I'm into
Yeah,
it. I'm
like-
into it.
I guess the other thing that was, it's not a big deal, but like we kept wondering is like when they show you them, it's like they're worrying about money, but it's like she's a fucking doctor. It's like, what? What are you talking
Yeah.
about? She's a fucking doctor, and you guys are like stressing about money, and then like, what the hell?
and that's like a part of it. Like that's is that supposed to be a part of like the? It's like oh, like something's not right.
It's just they do make it a big thing about her, and it's just
Will it be up for Oscars?
I don't think so.
It's not that. I'm gonna have to watch it. All right.
Yeah.
Real quick, just to circle back on that because I think that's a great question. I just real quick to go back to.
Nikki's so excited about this film.
Well, I was gonna say Hellraiser
Oh.
and Halloween Ends. I do think Hellraiser should be nominated for something for special effects, not because it's a good horror movie or anything like that, but it looks great. And then Halloween Ends, I'd be surprised if it was nominated for something. I'd be surprised.
No.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that is a good question to start asking at the end of the year. Yeah.
I mean, just in general. I mean, that movie had a lot of talk, but I guess it was negative
Yeah.
mostly about the drama surrounding it, not about the movie itself. And
Yeah, yeah.
I actually haven't heard anyone talk about the movie. But I
Yeah,
also was out
I
of
didn't know
town
anyways.
for quite some bit time. So, all right. Well, let's move on. Let's get into tonight's sponsor. Tonight's sponsor is Hella Grip.
Hella Grip. What's
Right
up?
now, we got $5 T-shirts. Jerry, you know what? Why don't you pull up the Hella Grip Slosh Shop?
I'm definitely gonna pull up the Slosh Shop right
This is going to affect 0 sales, but we're going to pull it up anyways as tonight's Black Friday sponsor. The T-shirts are already for sale, but I'll be the first to tell you we're doing our annual Black Friday buy one get one free sale. It starts on Friday, of course, and goes till
Hell yeah.
Sunday this year. Till Sunday.
now.
where you
All
can
weekend, baby.
buy one sheet of grip tape, get the other one for free. Yeah, here we go. No, Jared, can you go to the apparel? Scroll down. Scroll down. Apparel, yeah, right there. Click on that, and there you guys go.
Yeah.
Ooh, the sweatshirt's back in
So,
stock for
This is actually
$42.
Dude, I'm
Glad
gonna
you're here.
swipe one of those sweatshirts for my dad.
There's not that many, Nick. There's like, well, I mean, but like there's certain sizes. I don't think we'd even.
Oh,
have-
I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I see. Yeah.
What
yeah.
size tank top should I get? I don't need it like. What size would Addy get? Let me ask that because he's a
Yeah,
you should get that
text
hella
Addy.
yoke one, Jared.
Also,
Yeah.
like-
Takes Addy. That one, Jerry. I don't have for you. We can talk about that off air.
Yeah,
though. I got
but-
you. That
what
don't
size
worry
would Addy
about. I don't know. I'll
I feel like you get a large. He's always like rocking big ass ones. There's a few things I need to get. Let's take a
Yeah,
peek
exactly.
at
Everyone in the chat,
yeah,
go
I mean-
find yourself at the Sloth Shop.
Ooh, new
Pick up
stickers,
some
I like
merch. We're
that.
definitely
I mean-
gonna get some.
So yeah, I definitely need a tray. That's the thing I'm gonna order.
I've got a tray. I got my
like
tray
that.
like right here.
Jared, don't
like that.
Jared, don't fucking order shit. What are you talking about, Jared? I appreciate it though.
We got some new stickers. Ooh, I like that.
Those stickers are old. We do have some new stuff coming out relatively soon as well. But
I've got the blue tie dye hoodie, and it's amazing. I might even scoop up a black one for myself.
Black Friday sale starting
Black Friday sale. All weekend
Friday,
long.
but the shirts, like I said, are already been marked down. But it is a blowout sale, so it's limited sizes, and what we have is what we
Go
got.
get it, folks. Go get it.
So get it while you can. If it's not marked down, that's just staying in stock. Whatever. So that was tonight's sponsor. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Hella Grip. And let's
Thank
just
you,
get
Hella
this one
Grip.
out of the way too, please, because I feel like we say this at the end of every episode. Not that it matters, but like, subscribe, follow, whatever. Trying to get a bunch of
appreciate
trying to get a bunch of hours or whatever it is, so we can finally get the monetization thing on. And I
Make
can't-
that money. Get this scholarship.
yeah, not because of this show, but maybe possibly we'll start uploading actual old good segments from back in the day. But I've been holding out on it, hoping we can get that going. So we will see. All right, so now we've gotten all that end of the show bullshit out now here in the middle of the show. You see what I'm saying?
Ahead of schedule.
Ahead of
right
schedule.
on schedule.
Yeah, right on schedule. So let's get into our big fucking topic of the night. Myself and Nick D went and saw the Wakanda Forever on Thursday night at 9:30, I think was our time. We, of course, were running a tidbit late. And, dude, by the time we got in the theater, Jerry, they were not playing trailers, which we assumed they would be. And the movie was already going.
Yeah.
This has happened twice to me, both at the Veranda. At every other movie theater, though.
Really?
They play like 35 minutes worth of trailers. At the Veranda,
Yeah.
I guess it starts when they say it starts.
Well, but I think it depends on the movie, because when we were doing Thor, right, and we were at the Veranda, and you guys were in line, they did play like 15, 20 minutes of trailers, but the line was so long. This time, there must have been no trailer. Like, they went right in it. So I don't know. It was definitely like, dude, there's no way. I thought we were going to be,
I thought
Right on
I thought we
time.
were gonna be right on time, and it didn't pan out for us. That besides that,
A dude's literally told us, though, we didn't miss anything.
yeah, I was just about to say. Besides that, a dude told us right when we walked in that we didn't miss a thing. So, I mean, off tops, I thought the movie was fantastic. Mainly though, and I'm gonna say this because when me and Nick D saw it, I didn't have any idea who was gonna take the mantle of Black Panther. And like in the film,
Until it happened. Like, even till it happened, I
yeah,
was like, ooh, who's going to be?
but in the
Yeah.
film, like there was like moments though when I felt like it was gonna be other characters, and I know yes, or I guess I didn't realize, but you have to be of royal blood or whatever. I forgot about that. But even the one of the
Yeah,
the,
I
the,
didn't know that.
the
I
main
forgot about
guard lady. What's the main guard lady's name?
Okoye.
When she like puts her thing down and and gets booted or what have you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of felt like she was gonna come back and be the Panther.
For real?
And like
For real?
his wife or girlfriend or whatever, the spy lady, like I felt like
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
totally
yeah.
she was in play as well as far as I'm concerned.
Once Angelica Houston, I forget the character's name, brings her in to go get Shuri.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe she's going to be the
She's
Black-
gonna be. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Because then
yeah.
she started doing some cool shit, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you know, and like they make it feel like Jerry.
It's up for grabs, yeah.
Well, they make it feel like he's been dead for he's been dead for a year, but it also feels like there's been a couple years like where he got sick or whatever is what they said. They say that he got a rare disease and died of it. They never say what the disease is. They just say rare disease. He fucking died, which is weird.
And yeah. And then
So-
he kept it private. He didn't want
Yeah.
anyone to know.
So pretty much like what happened in real life. And they just added that to the movie. Spoiler alerts. All of this is spoiler alerts. If you got to this far and you heard me say that right there and you didn't turn off when we did a commercial right before we said we were doing Wakanda, it's your fault. You suck.
Deal with it.
But yeah, so he's dead. And then like I don't know, to me, Nick D, and I don't know if you step in at any time and disagree, but like I felt like the whole time it was like still up for grabs. I mean, at some point it does seem like it's going her way, and I can't recall exactly what it is. I've only seen the movie once, but you know what it is when you're like, oh okay, she's gonna become it, and then boom, she does. The main thing to me, the negative side of the movie, and we can get into a bunch of other shit about the film, but to me, Nick, the main negative thing was that it was way too long, personally. Just overall as a movie, I'm just kind of over how long these movies have become. And I felt,
do you know, was it 245, 235?
something like that, yeah. I feel like you could have cut out all of the Ironheart scenes.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Like, she does build up Namor in the beginning and why he's doing what he's doing, kind of. And it gives him a purpose to go to Wakanda. But other than that, she's pretty irrelevant to the overall story. And I feel like if you minused her somehow, it could have cut down some of the movie.
Yeah, like
Small complaint.
not that any of her scenes were bad or anything, but like for the most part, she's a prop
Yeah, she didn't really add
for
anything.
the plot. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they tried to flesh her out, make her a character, and make you care. But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's Namor wants her dead. Wakanda can't have her dead.
It-
And so it's that's the move.
And
And so
she's
it's
not
like,
a
oh,
big
we could
enough
have cut
named
out 40
character.
minutes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
who the fuck Ironheart is, so like I feel like her name doesn't hold up enough for you to be like, they brought in fucking Ironheart. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe new comic book kids really like Ironheart.
Exactly.
But it's
maybe,
not like Mr.
maybe
Fantastic
it's
just
you.
popped up, you know, and
Yeah.
we're like, oh, they're coming, you know,
Yeah,
Wolverine, like,
Exactly.
like, you know, whatever. So that to me was like the one character, and that's the only place I could find where they could cut down some time, because all of his backstory is so badass. You want more of it. He was the best part pretty much in the film, in my opinion.
It's his movie. Like, yeah.
And dude, you know, super spoilers right here. Those motherfuckers were about to lose to him. Like he had he had it wrapped up. It was Dunzo time. Like they were
Exactly.
The Wakandans are like on the edge, Jerry. They're done.
It is one of those things where it's like, yeah, he was like super brutal, and he was definitely like the bad guy and kind of and like wrong about everything. But it's like he only stopped and showed mercy because he had the mentality of like, all right, if I take this L right here, I'll come back and
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like it's like he's already like
He's already plotting it.
This is so wrapped up. It's like, let them have this little win.
And I kind of like
as I'm about to win.
I kind of like that because he's badass enough to where it's like, yeah, I want to see him again. And a lot of these bad guys, for the most part, we get one and dones because the bad guys themselves aren't that cool. So the movie itself, like, I feel like the movie is two movies going on though, and that's also why it adds a length to the film. It's like you have him and his people and what they're up to, even from the jump of the film. You know, and then you have like what's going on in Wakanda, especially the first half of the movie. And then at some point, pretty early on, they overlap, but they're still like, I don't know, doing their own things. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I mean, I'd give it a B, a solid B.
Yeah, like I'll say. So, Far From Home was last year, right? So this year was. Shang-Chi.
Nope.
No. Oh no.
Shang-Chi was hot minute ago, dude. This year was just Eternals was last year too, dude. This
Ragnarok?
year, no, maybe
or not Ragnarok. Not Ragnarok. Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder,
Doctor Strange.
and Doctor Strange.
That's it. Just those.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say. I think. Damn, I was gonna be like, I think it's the best of those three, but I'm like, dude, is it the best of those three?
It was Ragnarok this year.
Love and Thunder was like
May, Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
It was
Wakanda. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's the three.
Black Adam. Multiverse.
No.
I didn't see Black Adam.
No.
Werewolf thing.
I still need to see that. So maybe Doctor Strange then Wakanda.
Shows. There was a lot of TV shows.
I would say, I personally would say it's, for me, it would be Strange then Wakanda.
Yeah.
But I do think that the cooler bad guy, as much as I think Scarlet Widow, or what, she's, my gosh.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch was cool, and it was dope to finally see her costume up in the real costume we wanted her to be in. Homie came in as this new character I know nothing about, and he was badass. He looks cool. He's speaking in 2 languages. It was awesome. Like it just was like really well done.
I can't wait for more Namor shit. Yeah.
When he floats in with his little like feet or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, he's just and the ears and the nose pierce. Dude, he's cool looking, dude. So I was sold on him as this like Marvel evil guy. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely think they won on the overall bad guy aspect. I just like Doctor Strange, and it's hard because just like in the first Black Panther film, there's not much Black Panther in it.
Yeah. Like it's literally the third act. Yeah.
Like
it's not till the very end, the last 30 minutes.
It's kind of like we were talking about Halloween. It's like hard to judge a movie that's called something like Black Panther when he's barely even in it.
Exactly.
You know? And I have to say something, and I know, if BK watches this, he'll leave a comment, or maybe he won't. and this is gonna be a big spoiler for Jerry once again, but the whole Killmonger popping up. I'm fine with it. That's cool as fuck. But how did he grow his hair out so crazy? Like, you could grow
Yeah,
your
in the
hair.
spirit realm,
You
he
could grow
gets
your
the
hair in the spirit realm. Like that just seemed kind of wild to me. You should just look the same as you died. But that's just me. But okay, I guess you change into morph into whatever you want. He gets to choose his haircut, and he goes with that. Like it's some kind of like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, design your own skater kind of vibes or something. And he chose that haircut. I just thought it was weird. BK disagreed with me. That's my personal take. I wasn't bummed by Killmonger's presence. I just was like, oh, that's crazy. He did not look like that the last time we seen him. So he's been doing some different stuff while he's been in that
Yeah, like there's
internal
been
space
some
or
kind
whatever.
of
What is it
adventures.
called,
Yeah.
Nick D? The
Ancestral plane.
ancestral plane. Yes.
Yeah.
He really like grew his hair out during that, which is it's actually a Howie Mandel, I think, soundbite that they use. I'm growing my hair back because he's famously bald. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Howie Mandel. It's great.
Yeah. You should watch his episode on H3 this past week, Nick. It is fucking next level insanity.
I'll check that out.
Yeah. Shout out to that real quick. Watch Howie Mandel on H3 this past week. It is next level crazy. So yeah. I don't know. I'm giving it a B. B for Black Panther. I mean, once again, it would be cool if the next film was Shuri as Black Panther. We get a lot more Black Panther out of it because that's kind of what we were hopeful for this movie to be, but with Chadwick Boseman, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen. So they had to re-arc the film, I'm assuming, to being this totally other thing. And I think that like adding all that into it, it's a pretty amazing movie that they made. It's just, we have so many Marvel movies, and there's so much to put it up against at this point. So I keep it at the B realm.
Yeah, I'd say B plus A minus. Like I'd say the same thing. Like I will say of the like let's say since Endgame, of the movies that had come out, like if we're just comparing it to stuff that's post Endgame, it's an A. If we're putting it up against all of it, the last like 15 years or whatever, then it's. I'd probably still it's a what?
Say?
What'd you say?
Yeah, what'd you say?
If we're putting it up against everything in the last like 15 years, then it's a B.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's kind of where I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm putting it up against everything for the last 15 years.
But post Endgame, it's definitely one of the best movies since post Endgame. Like it is definitely one or two for me, maybe three, 1, 2, or 3. Like it's top tier post Endgame.
Yeah, I would say it's top tier. It's been one of the better films they've definitely done since Endgame. It's just like I said, it's a heartbreaker because we only got one real movie with Chadwick. 1.5. We'll say 1.5 movies with Chadwick Boseman.
And it is an emotional movie. Like it's like it is like this.
It's a bummer.
This movie, like this movie hits you like in every way that it can. Like it is just like man, like it is like a sad movie.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. It's awesome, but at the same time, it's a bummer. But like I don't know. The thing that I would say too, because of the length and shit, is it doesn't have a lot of rewatchability for me. And I do add that into my overall.
For me, though, I
rating.
will say that all the Namor shit, I'm actually super juiced to watch again. All of like the political and emotional stuff, like I don't care really about watching any of that again. I want to watch all the Namor scenes.
No, I agree.
Like,
I agree, Nick T. I agree 100%.
So, yeah, I'm gonna watch an hour's worth of this movie, a bunch. Not all of it.
Oh,
not
only just like skip through? Yeah.
Because I do that all day. I watch like the Batman scene from Batman vs Superman like once a month, just on YouTube. And so I'll do that with the Namor. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk even more about it, but I feel like it is still kind of fresh even out. I feel like we've already spoiled quite a bit of it, but there's a lot more that happens in the film that we haven't even mentioned. And I don't want to go super in depth. Like, there's some big other scenes and shit and characters that don't come out of it that were from the original movie. So I mean,
Yeah, I feel like even in terms of spoilers, like we painted with a very broad brush. Like
we
it's
hit the
worth
big
going and
notes.
seeing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's worth going and
but
seeing.
there's definitely one big thing I like, or actually, I shouldn't even say one. There's like two or three big things we haven't even talked about
Yeah,
that
exactly.
we can just like skip by. I will say that the mid credit scene, without even revealing it, was a cool little add on to the like throw that in there and have that be even a little thing
Yeah.
towards Chadwick Boseman and shit was really really cool.
One last just little turn to the knife, just like, oh, just we weren't sure you cried enough. Here's another
Yeah.
little, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean they already did a highlight reel with him when Shiri has her like flashback moment or
Yeah,
whatever she has,
exactly.
and
And
you see a whole little highlight reel of him, and
that
that was
is,
already
yeah,
the
yeah.
heartbreaker. But then when they do the mid credit scene, you're like, wow, man, like yeah, destroy me now, like okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um,
is this the first movie to not have the double stinger? Well, I guess
I was just
Endgame.
about to
So,
mention that as our
yeah,
final
yeah.
little thing about
So
the
so
movie.
yeah, when you go see it, don't wait till
Yeah,
the very
there is
end.
no final stinger. All it says is Black Panther will return, which is a
Yeah.
little bit of a stinger of its own, being like, hey, she's gonna keep the
There
mantle
were
going.
people, yeah, and there were people in the theater like, what the fuck? Like we were all like, really? There's not another thing?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that was interesting that they didn't do that, but maybe they were trying to like pay respect to Chadwick Boseman. It's like, oh
Yeah,
look,
they didn't want to go out on
yeah,
a. I think they wanted to go out on a respectful note rather
yeah.
than "Hey, let's sell tickets to the next. Yeah. Let me ask you, Jared. Do you think you're gonna see? I mean, you'll probably see it at some point, but are you gonna go see it in theaters, or you'll just wait for Disney Plus at this point?
Mm, I don't
Disney
know.
Plus. Yeah.
I haven't seen the last like handful of Disney movies. There's just too many. It's
Yeah.
just like
Marvel movies.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
Which ones have you seen?
Thor, this Black Panther one. I haven't seen the. I know it's a while ago, but Ant-Man. Like really,
Ant-Man?
most of.
Ant-Man
the
2?
second
Second one.
whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
Like after
Ant Man 2 is good. I
Endgame,
like Ant Man 2.
I really do feel after Endgame, it was just like
Ant-Man 2's after Endgame.
I don't know, probably
No.
not. But again, there was just
Nick,
a
am I wrong?
lot.
Ant Man 2 was
held
the
up.
last movie before Endgame because remember he gets caught in the he shrinks down and
It
then they
snaps.
get
Yeah.
So Ant Man 2 was the movie right before Endgame. The first movie after Endgame was Far From Home, right? No, not Far From Home. No way was it Far From Home. It was
No Way Home.
but is that even right?
I mean, Jer, I get it, dude. I'm surprised a little bit. I mean, they're not like there has been quite a
Black
few,
Widow.
but
Black Widow was
but
that
they
thing.
Widow.
they
Black
do
Widow
come
was
out pretty far. Like
Because COVID fucked it.
they come out pretty far in between each other too, in my opinion. But I don't really watch
Yeah.
other shit. The thing to me is I really at this point, sadly, I mainly like unless you mention something and recommend it, I don't go out of
Yeah.
my way to watch other shit now necessarily. But I mean, I play a lot
Yeah,
of video
and I-
games, and
yeah.
then I kind of like fit in the Star Wars and the Marvel and like maybe some anime. I've been watching a lot of JoJo. Didn't mention that earlier.
There's some JoJo news too.
Yeah, we can get into that. But yeah, I feel it, Jerry. Yeah, you didn't see Black Widow, I'm assuming. Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was sick.
Oh, dude. Did you guys watch the werewolf one, though?
No, I need to.
Dude,
When you brought it up earlier, I was like, oh fuck, I still gotta watch
dude,
that.
I didn't even mention that tonight. But, like, yeah, that werewolf show, that movie, Jerry, it's only like an hour and... Maybe it's only an hour. And it's like it's on Disney Plus, and it's really fucking good. It has nothing to do with the rest of this shit. I mean, it probably will at some point. It will probably be folded in.
We were just playing that Ultimate Alliance game, and Elsa Bloodstone is in. And
Oh, really?
You were saying it's related to the Bloodstones, right?
Yeah. Watch it, dude. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I might even do that tonight. I want to watch it. It slipped my mind. Same thing with with She-Hulk. I want to finish She-Hulk. I haven't done it yet. I need to do that.
yeah, I like
That's
that.
cool.
I like She-Hulk. I will say, Jerry, I do recommend this Black Panther film. I think that like overall, like the storytelling in it. I think what's his name? I can't think of the director.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler. Yeah,
Coogler,
Ryan
yeah.
Coogler. I think he did an amazing job of just like cleaning up quite a mess.
He's a great director. Yeah.
where like they had their main star die in real life. So
Yeah.
like what he did with it, dude, I do think like is quite an accomplishment, and it's worth checking out just for that almost in a way, because they do like make everything work pretty smoothly, explaining it without explaining it. It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the mom. She's such a great actress that her
Yeah.
like heartbrokenness over the situation and the way she sells you on it, you don't really question the fact that you're not like, why is he dead? You're like, oh, you just take it for what she's saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting. Like,
100%.
I'm
And I
trying to
just want
sell
to
this
say, like,
movie to Jerry
I'm,
right now. I'm trying to sell this
I'm
movie to Jerry now.
I think Jerry, if it's for me, from my perspective, Jerry, I think you should watch this movie for Namor. Like Namor is so sick.
Yeah, like that's
Just
yeah,
as like a Mayan, just like
yeah.
super villain, but a super villain where you're like, well, he's kind of the good guy of the movie if you look at it from his perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
even though he's
I don't know about
an
that,
animal,
but yeah.
he's an animal. He's like definitely like a genocidal, but he's doing it for reasons he believes in. You know, like
Namor might be
he's
one of the best
sick.
bad guys they've ever had. He's
Yeah,
He's
for
top
real.
tier. He's got to be top 5.
He's actually scary. Like
Yeah.
it's like but like let's just without spoiling anything, Black Panther got lucky. You know what I mean? Like Namor was kind of handling it for 90% of that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel it was a poignant tribute that satisfyingly moves the franchise forward? Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Did it mark an ambitious and emotionally rewarding triumph for the MCU? Is that accurate?
No.
The second half, I would say it is like an emotionally triumphant thing. But does it moving forward? I will say I don't know what. Like now we have a Black Panther that we're not sure like what their path is, and then we have a Black Panther that doesn't really have like a villain per se. I guess you could say that like she's very clearly going to square up against Namor again sometime in the future. But I don't know about that. Like movie, I don't know what Black Panther 3 will be. Usually, when a movie ends, you're like, okay, well, like I know what Strange is going to be doing next. What is the next Black Panther?
I don't think it's an accomplishment because, as far as I'm concerned, with the whole overarching Marvel cinematic universe that's supposed to be this one continuous story that connects, I feel like we have a lot of cards out on the table right now. Even with bad guys now, you have Neymar, we have I can't even think of everything that's going on off tops. We have the time.
Well, we got the Celestial.
We have the Celestials. We have the time situation with.
We've got Kang.
Kang the Conqueror. Yeah, we like. There's so much like.
Who's the person that Moon Knight's dealing with? Is that even all wrapped up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then we can get into this in a second because supposedly they shot a scene with Doctor Doom for Wakanda Forever. They got a lot of like bad guys going, so I don't know if they're gonna use the whole Kang thing to clean all of this up at some point. But it's getting like really out of control right now with the overall story because I don't understand what the fuck's about to go on. And maybe that's what they want to happen, and maybe that's gonna be that's what's in play right now. And the writing's so good that like the way that they explain it to us about why everything's been so weird is so like, oh wow, I didn't even see that coming with like weird flashbacks and shit. And I'm gonna be like, this is such a masterpiece, or this becomes the biggest shit show that ends the whole thing, or at least ends the cinematic version of it where it becomes just television, which I'm also fine with, and I think that would work even better for a lot of this as just TV. Maybe a lot of people would tune out, but I'm already a nerd for Marvel shit, so I was sold since the get-go, so I'm going to continue to watch, but like it's a lot of money being spent, so maybe they'll cut back on at least how many movies they're doing, but it just seems like it's getting way out of hand, not just with the amount of movies, but just with the overall big story. Because, when they were doing it before, we all understood. It was like, Thanos is coming. He wants these stones, and these stones are everywhere.
Yeah.
This person has one. We have to get it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't even... Oh, like Guardians have that gold guy being made. And then Harry Styles...
Something Adam, right?
Harry Styles showed up, you remember, in that other movie?
Yeah, and that's Thanos' brother. Or wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thanos' brother.
Yeah. So I mean, like,
Star Fox.
there's a million things going on right now that's like I don't understand where the fuck any of this is going. So I mean, I think to me, each individual movie's still been cool, but when they do this big Avengers thing or whatever the next big event movie is, I don't understand how they're going to do that. I just don't understand how the next event movie makes any sense.
Well, because
no one's
isn't
even
the
hung
next
out
event
yet.
thing going to be Krull or Secret Invasion? You know, it's
No,
gonna
that's a
be like
TV
the-
show. That's a TV show.
Oh, what is that 2-part Avengers thing then? What
That's
is
not
the
for a
first
minute.
one?
I forget.
Is that like 2025, 2024? Well, no, 2020.
See real quick.
I think it is 2024. So yeah, it's not for a minute. It's like Christmas of 20.
I mean, we've like super classically jumped into a whole tangent of me rambling about just like the Marvel universe as a whole right now, but this movie does leave a giant like bad guy now chilling, and that's why I don't think it was a super win for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was a cool ass movie, but for their big storyline, it leaves a big. What the fuck's he gonna do now? Because he's clearly not a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it's anything like the comics, he's going to mix it up with the Fantastic Four. Like, he'll be a problem for them. You know, specifically Reed. He's always flirting with the Invisible Woman. So, like, I feel like that'll be fun, where he's, like, kind of an enemy, kind of an ally to them. Same kind of thing where it's like he'll play nice, but then be working behind their backs against them.
Yeah. So,
And I also think that, like, this is also kind of like the template for Doom. Like, they're like, all right, we're gonna introduce Doom. We're gonna have him be, 70% bad guy, but we're gonna want you to like him enough to keep him around.
yeah.
And so I figure, like, Namor is now kind of the blueprint for that. Like, have him, Doom will probably resemble Namor in some ways,
I would
in
say,
his own Doom way.
yeah. I was gonna say we should speculate on what the Doom shit was in Black Panther, but there's no need to speculate. We should watch that video and do our research before the next episode.
I'll say this: I have absolutely no idea where Doom would fit into this movie. Do you even have a speculation? I don't even.
I mean, from the image I've seen, that's I think a fake image, anyways. Yeah, here's the video. It looked like they thought he was gonna be in like talking to Shuri or something in the room or something. Maybe I'm tripping.
Oh, okay. Because thinking back, I'm like, where would he even have been?
I mean, that's what I was saying, Jared. I mean, we need to actually watch this to see what
Yeah.
I'll
they're
watch
saying.
it. Because I'm definitely. Very
I just sent it to
curious. I'll
Nick
watch
D
that.
as a
Homework assignment. I'm on it.
yeah.
When do you think?
Wait, look right there. Go back, Jerry. It said it was supposed to be the post-credit scene. That's what at least it says in the write-up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's what it said. All right.
Oh, so maybe that's why there was only one. Maybe they filmed one and they're like, no, we want to go out on a. And they're like, well, we can't put it before.
It was probably like this doesn't seem appropriate with him dying and this movie being what this movie is. Let's pull this the fuck out. But
I think you're 100% right.
I still think they should have put.
Taste.
Yeah, it was a taste thing. Yeah, for sure, Nick.
Yeah.
They could have ended it with a photo of him, or at least had it be like Wakanda forever or something.
Yeah. I think you're 100% right.
Whatever, though. I mean, like I said, I think it's a B for now. If I see it again, maybe I'll come back and report. Because I do want to see it again. So I'll come back and report and maybe
driving
move it up.
or something.
Yeah, driving or something.
Last question about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just from like the meta side, I don't know why I always like this kind of stuff. When is the next time do you think we see Black Panther? With what you know of the MCU's movie schedule coming out,
I think she pops up in Armor Wars, the TV series.
Okay, yeah.
So next year.
Because I was gonna say like we supposedly have a roadmap to like 2025 or whatever.
She's
and
friends. She's gonna be
Black
friends
Panther.
with that.
Okoye and
No, that young lady.
Ironheart. Yeah.
So I assume we see
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
Honestly, Nick, I think we see her a bunch.
And like pop, but she's like a Hulk where she pops up and things.
Yeah, I mean they have so much going on right now. I feel like they're gonna have to start doing that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I believe it. That sounds good.
It's just Riri Williams has a mysterious line which she
Yeah.
references a MIT professor who gave her a vibranium detector without the CIA's knowledge. who was this professor? Could it be Doctor Doom? Blah 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 blah. So that's what it is.
Oh. Wow, that's also pretty cool. I like that. Doom works at MIT as a professor, and okay, I'm into it. Professor Von Doom. Yeah.
Well, I feel like we should wrap it up. We've been going for about an hour. We covered.
Last thing I'll say, I caught up
Yeah.
on Chainsaw Man. You guys should be watching Chainsaw.
Yeah, I mean,
funny.
if you could find it in English, I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
to
if you
see
can find
it
it in English, I think we need to figure out what's up with that.
I mean, I watch it in sub, but like I'd rather watch it in English. So I like I said, Nick, I watched that first like half the first episode, and I was like, dude, this is dope, but I can't focus on this right now. I need to like.
Yeah.
Especially with how much is going on in there.
Yeah, that's totally fair enough. Yeah, like, and I know I've seen clips of it on Twitter. Like, if there is a dub out there, I just don't know where it is. Probably Crunchy.
If someone's watching and they know where the dub of Chainsaw Man is, please leave it in the comments and let me know where to find that. If it's Crunchyroll, I'll download Crunchyroll. I have Crunchyroll on my Switch. I should check.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jared, what are you watching? Sopranos. What season?
The end of the third.
Moving through it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Who's your favorite character?
Tony's cool.
Tony's cool.
But
Paulie?
Paulie's fine. Chris is cool.
Chris is cool.
Who's the
What's Sam Bora's name? Sam Bora's also fucking amazing.
Who?
This guy. The guy Springsteen's guitar player? Or Bon Jovi's guitar player, I should say. Bon Jovi's guitar player is in Sopranos. He's one of the main dudes, which is funny. If you saw him, you'll be like, if you saw him on his stage thing with the bandana, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's that famous guitar player. He's just in a suit, so you don't realize it's him. Yeah, Sam Bora, Sambora.
Wow, yeah, some real.
Yeah, I don't know. They're cool. I just good storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Junior, you like Junior?
Junior's cool.
Nick D's just gonna keep naming off characters. This conversation's thrilling right now. This is a fucking thrilling one.
Janice.
All right, so like I said, we're wrapping it up. Thanks everyone for watching. Super appreciate it. Jared's been watching Sopranos. He likes Paulie. We found that out tonight, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Nick like.
R.I.P. Paulie, I think, just passed away recently. R.I.P.
Okay, so Nick likes Paulie, not Jared. We'll clarify. Nick also has been watching Chainsaw Man. He wanted you all to know that. We'll come back next week and we'll talk more about Sopranos. We'll have more about Chainsaw Man, I'm assuming. Jared has something else he's going to throw in?
I wonder if there'll be an episode by then.
Jared recognizes the guy now from Bon Jovi.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, maybe we'll do a little bit of video game talk. Nick D, don't even say it.
Yeah.
I already know. We'll talk. We'll talk God of War. We'll talk Splatoon 3.
I'll probably be done by the time we for the next one.
Yeah, maybe I'll be done with Splatoon 3. No, maybe not. No, because I'm like, I'm still hopeful that we could do that episode next week with the hot chip. You know what? While we're still on the air, let's just fucking. Let's see if you. Actually, you know what? No, I don't want to lock it in right now. I don't want to call him and bother him. It's already 9 o'clock. He's going to be upset. We'll let you know if we can lock in Wednesday's fucking episode with a hot chip.
Hot chip.
Hot chip.
But Jerry's not coming out. We didn't even mention that. Jerry's not coming out, so we're not doing the hot ones thing, possibly. We might still try to do the hot chip. We'll see what happens, everybody.
I mean, dude, if we order the hot one stuff
tonight, I have a bunch of hot sauce. I got some crazy ones.
Yeah.
So, I have the 2B hot sauce. How many do you have to have?
10.
But the first 5 are...
It's fine.
Yeah, first 5.
I just need to get a terrible one that, like, kills you. I don't really have... I mean, I have
probably
some
have
bad
something
ones.
like that. I bet they have that at Cost Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you can get like
Yeah. Find
equivalents
the bomb or
whatever.
something, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We'll look for it. So maybe we'll still do that on Wednesday, but we'll see. I got to talk to the other guy and see if he wants to do that hot chip. Because if he isn't doing the hot chip, we won't even bother with it. Maybe we'll still do an episode on Wednesday, though. Nick, if you're into it, I don't know what your schedule's like.
I'm off next week.
So yeah, we'll plan for that. And we'll do like a recap of everything, Nick. We'll go over your list next week. We'll add in the video games, and we'll just do a Thanksgiving Day catch-up episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ketchup and mustard.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna bring up the Halloween thing, but I figured, fuck it. It kind of like, it kind of
Didn't have much to say,
matches,
so yeah.
and it kind of matches Wakanda because it's both like they're not really in the movie,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so they're
Yeah,
similar in
yeah.
that way. So, anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in. You know what? One more time, why don't you like, subscribe, turn on those fucking notifications or whatever the hell that means,
Yeah.
and we'll check you out next week. Over the show. I gotta scroll this fucking mouse all the way